For humanity, we fight! Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm back again with another anime review. Yeah, I've been keeping constant with the anime reviews, and this time it's on an anime that you all been begging me to watch, and I finally got to see it. Attack on Titan. So the story of Attack on Titan takes place in this very medieval setting. I'm not quite sure where they are, but I know that it takes place between the years of 845 and 850, following humanity as they struggle to survive the monstrosities known as Titans. They appeared out of nowhere 100 years ago, and apparently their only target is humans. I mean, a deer could walk by them and they will pay them no mind, but if a human just happens to stumble upon, they will lunge at them. And so in order to survive the onslaught of Titan attacks, humanity built up 3 large walls: Maria, Rose, and Cinna. And in the year 845, a gigantic Titan known as the Colossus Titan just broke through the walls of Maria, and then the Titans came in and took over the place. And from that catastrophic event, we follow our 3 main characters of Eden, Misaka, and Adamir as they train to become soldiers to fight the Titan threat. Now everybody was talking about Attack on Titan. Way before the anime even came out, we saw the trailer and we're like, we're sold. That looks fucking awesome. I mean, the animation looks superb. So everybody was so interested in seeing this anime, including myself. But many of you have requested that I watch the anime after it finished, and it just finished last October, I believe, and now I finally got to watch it. And what do I think? This anime is amazing. Not only because of its animation, but just how impactful the story is and how well developed all the characters are. I mean, I was already interested in watching this anime from the get-go purely for the animation. The animation is stunning. It goes without saying. It looks amazing, especially during the fight scenes, and when you see the fucking Titans, I mean, those things look marvelous. Also, the animation has sort of a medieval feel to it, like the way that it's drawn. It's not drawn like a typical anime. I mean, there are darker lines. You can actually see the lines. It's actually pretty impressive. I give them props for being a little more original. Also going hand in hand with the animation, the score is epic. It really matches the tone of the scene. Like if there's an action scene or if characters are in peril, you just hear this booming epic score that makes you go like, oh damn, shit's about to get real. And the opening themes are just as epic as the score. I mean, I fell in love with the first opening. The second opening I'm still kind of getting used to, but I love the first opening. In fact, I downloaded that immediately. Like whenever I go for a run, that's the song I listen to now. And also going hand in hand with the animation is the action scenes. They look just as marvelous and just as stunning as the animation itself. Could you think of a more gratifying feeling than taking down this gigantic Titan just with the swing of your blade? It kind of felt like, you know, when you played Shadow of the Colossus and you take down that gigantic beast and you're just like, yeah, I did that. That's exactly how it felt when one of the characters just went in and swooped, sliced open that Titan on the back of its neck. It just was awesome. But now to get deeper into the core of the anime, and that really falls on the story and the characters. The story, once again, is very captivating and thrilling. At the beginning of the series, it seemed like the story was about the survival of humanity against the Titan threat. But as the story progressed, you start to look more deeper into it, and you start to ask yourself, are the Titans the real enemy, or is there somebody behind closed curtains pulling some strings? And as much as the action scenes were very compelling, I gotta give it up to some of the dialogue scenes too. Like there would be times where they're having political debate, political squabble, and they were actually very interesting because everything that they talk about is all about the survival of humanity, and all the choices that they make is for the survival of humanity, and some of the choices they make are pretty heavy. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, guys. A lot of people die in this anime, and one thing that I really appreciated is that they don't just shove them off to the side after they die. No, each and every death had an impact on one or more characters. In fact, it had such a deep impact that some characters even just broke down because they felt like they were responsible responsible for these deaths. And I know this deals with more of the characters than it does the story, but the internal struggle that the characters go through dealing with not only the magnitude of the Titan threat, but the deaths of all their friends, the people that they spent time with, was handled excellently. But yeah, to finish off, the story was very compelling. It kept me on the edge of my seat with a lot of twists and turns at every corner. Every character, and I really mean this, every character is well developed. Each and every character gets their own scene, and when a character dies, it was treated with such respect and magnitude that it resonated throughout the entire anime. Hell, there was a death of a character that happened episodes ago that still played a key role in the final episodes. Not only that, but some of the motivation for the characters to do what they do came from the death of somebody very close and important to them. Case in point, Eden. Now this is not a spoiler because it happens in the first episode, I promise, and it is the main motivator to why Eden does what he does. He witnessed his mom get eaten alive by a Titan in front of his own eyes. And from that day on, he swore vengeance for his mother to kill all Titans, and that's why he does what he does. And you really root for him. You want him to succeed in the goal of ridding the world of all these Titans so that no one else has to lose anybody close to them. But that's not to say that he's not a vulnerable mess sometimes. There are some moments in this anime where he has to make a moral choice whether or not to do this one thing or to do this other thing, and sometimes he's conflicted. Not only that, but he also deals with the consequences of his choices that weighs heavy on his soul. The next character I want to talk about is Mikasa, who is very close to Eden. I can't say how they became close because that would give away major spoilers, but she is very close to Eren to the point where she would sacrifice her own life to save his. Not only that, but she's a very well-developed character. She has a troubled past, she gets a backstory, and she is, without a doubt, the biggest badass in this anime. I mean, you talk about a character with natural born killing skills, that is Mikasa. Another character is Adamir, who I personally believe is the most well-developed character in this anime because when he started off, he was just a lonely weakling who had to depend on his friends to save him from bullies. But as the series progressed, he started to stand up for himself more and he started to prove his worth. I mean, he is a really smart strategist and a very thorough investigator, as it will later show in the series. And he also has a very strong bond with Eren. He really looks up to him, he admires and respects him, and they are very close friends. And not only are the main characters very well developed, but also our secondary characters are very well developed. Some of the standouts is John, who starts off as kind of like the arrogant prick who thinks he knows everything, but he also deals with the turmoil of being considered like a leader type character when he doesn't really feel like one. There's another character whose name I forgot, but she actually made me laugh because the first time we get introduced to her, it was hilarious. You also got the Survey Corps, the leader of it, I believe his name is Erwin. That guy's pretty badass, and his right-hand man, Levi. And one thing that I really liked about this show is that although they are very badass, you can tell that they are damaged as well. They don't show it that much, but every death does count to them and it does affect them in a way. Now it's really hard to think about what problems I have with this anime because everything really worked for it. I think the only problem I really had with this anime is that it was way too short and that they left a lot of things unanswered. But if it did really good in Japan, I'm pretty damn sure they're gonna have a second season, and why wouldn't they? I mean, this anime was epic. But I can't blame the anime for that. I mean, they had a very short amount of time to tell as much story as they possibly could, and for what they had, they did a really good job. So overall, as you can tell, I absolutely love this anime. It is probably one of the best animes I've seen all year, with great animation, great character depth, some interesting, compelling stories. I mean, this anime has everything that you, a fan of anime, is looking for, and that's why I'm gonna give this anime a 5 out of 5 stars. It is definitely an epic masterpiece, and you all should definitely go check it out. It is the anime of the year so far. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it a lot? Did you find it boring and dull and you really couldn't get into it? And let me know, who is your favorite character in Attack on Titan? Comment below and let me know. Now, I don't know when I'm going to have another anime review out for you guys. I hope it will be very soon, so stay tuned for any anime reviews, any movie reviews that I have planned. If you have not liked my Facebook page, please go check out my Facebook page. Link is in the description. But until then, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Water II from the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.